the Gibeons converted. But what's also interesting is if we read in verse 24, look what happens next. It says, "And they answered Joshua and said, Because it was certainly told thy servants how that the Lord had commanded his servant Moses to give you all the land and to destroy all the inhabitants of the land from before you. Therefore we were sore afraid of our lives because of you, and have done this thing. And now, behold, we are in thine hand, as it seemeth good and right unto thee to do unto us." 27, verse 27, "And Joshua made them that day hewers of wood and drawers of water for the congregation and for the altar of the Lord, even unto this day, in the place which he should choose." So not only do we see that they were converted, but based from their conversion, they heeded to the words of Moses. And because they were heeded to the word of Moses, what happened next? They were made hewers of wood and drawers of water, not only for the congregation, but for the altar of the Lord. So not only were they converted, but they were straight to work in God's church. Okay, now, we're coming up to 2 more points, and then we're going to come up to some final points. Chapter 10, and reading from verse 1. It says, "Now it came to pass, when Adonizedek, king of Jerusalem, had heard how Joshua had taken Ai, and had utterly destroyed it, as he had done to Jericho and to her king, so he had done to Ai and her king, and how the inhabitants of Gibeon had made peace with Israel, and were among them, that they feared greatly, because Gibeon was a great city, as one of royal cities, and because it was greater than Ai, and all the men that were among them." So let's just put this on the board quickly. We're told that Ai was smaller than Gibeon. Right, let's carry on in verse 3. It says, "Wherefore Adonizedek, king of Jerusalem, sent unto Hoam, king of Hebron, and unto Piram, king of Jarmuth, and unto Japhrael, king of Lachish, and unto Debrai, king of Eglon, saying, Come up unto me and help me, that we may smite Gibeon. We have made peace with Joshua and with the children of Israel." Verse 8, "And the Lord said unto Joshua, Fear them not, for I have delivered them into thine hand. There shall not a man stand before thee." Verse 12, "Then Joshua spake to the Lord in the day when the Lord delivered up the Amorites before the children of Israel, and he said in the sight of Israel, Sun, stand thou still upon Gibeon, and thou moon in the valley of Ajalon. And the sun stood still, and the moon stayed, until the people had avenged themselves upon their enemies." So not only do we see that these 5 kings were defeated, but this is the main point of the whole issue. The sun and moon stood still. Now this shows that not only will God help his people in the time of trouble, but for his will to be vindicated, he will even stop the flow of nature just for his name and for his will to be performed. Do you see that? Now, as we go into the last point, it's in chapter 11. Now, just to summarize the beginning point, there's a king named Jabin, and as he saw how strong Israel was getting, he got kings from here, all over the place. In verse 4, it says this, "And they went out, they and all their hosts with them, much people, even as the sand that is upon the seashore in multitude, with horses and chariots very many. And when all these kings met together, they came and pitched together at the waters of Meron to fight against Israel." Now just picture yourself here. You're standing on the plains about to go to battle. You look to your left, you look to your right, and all you see is armies upon armies upon armies right before you. How would that make you feel? And we're told an army as the sand of the sea. How did that make Joshua feel? Verse 6, "And the Lord said unto Joshua, Be not afraid because of them, for tomorrow about this time will I deliver them up all slain before Israel. Thou shalt hold their horses and burn their chariots with fire." What did Joshua do? "So Joshua came and all the people of war with him against them at the waters of Meron suddenly, and fell upon them. And the Lord delivered them into the hand of Israel, who smote them and chased them unto Great Sidon and unto Meseroth-maim and unto the valley of Mizpah eastward, and they smote them until they left none remaining." that is extremely powerful how God does that. Now, just call that the sand of sea army, because I don't know what they're called. Now, based on this chart that we see here, how does that apply in what the main principle is? In each of these scenarios, you see it getting bigger and bigger until we see the biggest of all obstacles right here. Now, based on what the children of Israel went through, I don't think it was either here or here or here that gave them all these victories. Have you noticed that as we kept reading, it said, and you will do unto this king as you've done unto Jericho, you do unto this king as you've done unto Jericho and Ai, etc. Now, there's a quote I want to read. It says, in Testimony to Ministers, page 31, paragraph 1, it says, in reviewing our past history, having travelled over every step of advance to our present